I don't care about getting a filling replaced. I care about the fact that I have to have people in my face, and there's the thing is breakthrough infections, even though everybody is vaccinated in the office now. Anyway, just 2 minutes till 10, so gather myself and get in there. Whew, I survived. Got a hole in my tongue from the drill, but that's another story. I'm just gonna get out of here. Friends, I just finished doing 3 beer label updates, and now it is quiet time, but I figured I would update you on the day so far and my dental appointment. So, got up and I decided I was not going to eat breakfast before my appointment. Just stuff to get out of your teeth, and I already internalized my stress so much that I have to go to the bathroom a lot, and didn't want to have to deal with that at the appointment. So yeah, empty stomach, but I plan to eat right afterwards. I just got the kids some food and headed out the door. Got there right on time and headed in. I had been told to choose Wednesday first thing because I'd be the first one in, and it also wouldn't be as early in the morning because they start later. Oh, it was a bad choice. Bad choice. That lobby was packed. Even somebody coming in not wearing a mask, they immediately gave him one, but still, and then they didn't take my temperature, which I was later told when I asked that that was a recent change. Don't really care so much about that, but worries me when restrictions are lowering, but things are getting worse out there. So I was very grateful that they called me within like 2 minutes to go back, and I told the assistant, hygienist, it's not a hygienist, I don't know, dental assistant is probably what she's called. She was so nice. But I told her about my anxiety, which immediately makes me cry because I can't talk about the anxiety in the moment without crying. But it's important that I told her that, and then I made it clear I'm absolutely totally fine with all the dental stuff. Don't worry about that. It's just COVID, and I'm just gonna deal with it. Don't worry about it if you see tears coming down my face. So yes, I had to cry both times that I talked about it, both to her and the dentist, but I told her, and she's like, oh man, they did you dirty. This was not the day for you. She recommends like a Monday at 8 a.m. or something if I should have to have something else done, but I'm good to go. I didn't have any cavities on my x-rays. It was just this filling that they've been eyeing for like 8 years, I don't know, since I switched to this practice. They've just been keeping an eye on it, and I finally, right before my last appointment, I could actually see it. I think something got caught, like it had pitted enough that a little bit of food got caught, and I saw it, and then I scraped my finger. I was like, oh, there's a little dent there. So yeah, I told them, and they're like, yeah, we could probably do it. It's a pretty deep one, she said, but like no new cavity activity, just a deep filling. from back in my days when I didn't go to the dentist for 10 years. So I've got a lot of fillings, even though I have not had a cavity since then. I think I might have had a little one that was a borderline back then, and then eventually we decided to do it. But yeah, very blessed, knock on wood. Anyway, so we get back there and I deal with telling them about my anxiety. They did not have me do the heavy duty mouthwash this time. Again, no temperature, didn't require me to sanitize my hands, but she's like, you can put your mask on as much as you can in between if that makes you more comfortable. She wiped down the chair again for me. Not too concerned about that. I was the first one in the room. It's just, it was an orthodontics day, so there was like double the customers, patients, just people everywhere. They were gonna try to go as fast as they could for me. So the dentist comes, had to go over all my anxiety stuff again, and she's like, okay, well, we're gonna get you numbed up. And I forgot, my bad, I forgot to mention my heart issues. I have mitral valve prolapse and a hole in my heart. Heart is very sensitive, and I'm not supposed to do the normal lidocaine, novocaine, whatever they use, because it affects my heart. They have another kind they can use. It's not ideal for the dentist. They like that one because it works better and lasts longer. But I forgot. So here she is doing the injection. I don't even feel it. Like, the little topical stuff works great on me. It's the injections that don't work very well for me, but I'll get into that. I suddenly feel it entering my bloodstream, and my brain is like, wrong, this feels wrong. And my heart rate went from 84 beats per minute to 144 in 1 second flat. And I was like, holy fuck. And instantly, like, my hand is scrambling to turn on my EKG on the watch. I couldn't record it. It's just like erratic. It's poor quality recording because my heart's just like, blah, and I'm like freaking out. The dentist finishes and leaves me, and I'm just like pearl clutching at this point. I hadn't said anything. I'm just like trying to slow my heart. And the assistant's like, did you eat anything today? I'm like, no, not yet. And she's like, yeah, there's epinephrine in the injection, and it can cause your heart rate to spike. I'm just in my head like, oh, Stephanie, why didn't you remember this? It's been a while since I had a wisdom tooth pulled out, and I remember requesting that in the pre-op consultation because they really go over that. And this is just a quickie, let's update that filling, so I didn't have a consultation. But it calms down. I did a lot of breathing. I did my Korean lesson to distract my brain, and I was good to go. However, historically, I don't really respond well to numbing agents, the injections. They just don't take. And I've had dentists in the past really try to get it to take, and they just keep coming back. I've had like 4 or 5 rounds of it, and eventually, when it finally made my mouth numb, the entire side of my face was numb, and I couldn't close my eye. They had to tape it shut. That was fun. Didn't like that. So now at this point, I take 1 round, especially after that heart feeling. There's no way I would let her do another. And then I say to the dentist, you know what? Just go for it. I'll let you know. I can take a lot. I do not have sensitive teeth. Thank the Lord. So blessed for that. Thank goodness. Oh, I'm just so lucky in that aspect. I don't have a lot of mouth pain. Sometimes it worries me because I worry that something's going on and I won't know until I'm like passed out from it. But yeah, so she seemed nervous about it. She's like, let me give you 2 more minutes. Because I'm like, I felt a little bit I told her I felt it in my tongue. Basically, it was like a little tingling in my tongue and maybe a little tingling in the roof of my mouth. But I could still feel my tongue running along my gums and stuff. I don't know. I said, I can feel things, but go ahead. So she's like, well, we'll try to make this fast for you. And she just went for it. And she had me describe it afterwards, so I'll describe it to you. It started out like I felt the pressure and the vibration, and then it was like ice cold, like so cold that if you were to touch something that cold, you would pull back and be like, ah, that's too cold. But since I'm like bracing myself for pain and trying not to move or even react, I just want it to go fast. I don't want it to stop and slow down. So I'm just like, okay, it's like an icy knife, but not like a 1 on my pain scale. She was going in little rounds and pulling it out, and a couple rounds in, she goes into my tongue. I'm tempted to show you. It's really gross though. Tongues are gross. Oh, I can't show you. That's gross. On that part of my tongue in there, the drill went and jabbed me. And I don't think she even noticed what she did. But all of a sudden there's blood everywhere. I'm on blood thinners. They didn't say there was blood anywhere. She didn't say that she cut me. I think they thought my tongue was numb and I didn't notice anything, or maybe she just really was clueless. But suddenly they stop and they change their gloves. They don't say anything. They just suddenly stop and they're like, glove change. And I'm like, should I say something? Should I say, hey, are you changing your gloves because you're covered in my blood? But they didn't say anything, and they changed their gloves and they went back to it. And so after the ice feeling, I started feeling the sensation of the drill inside like a hollow tube in my tooth. Like I could feel it getting deeper and deeper. And then one of the rounds, I felt like spikes of the nerve, but only like a 3 out of 10 for me. Like didn't even jump, but I felt it enough that when she pulled out that time, I was like, so I felt that one. Just as like a heads up, because I just worry that I'm gonna jump suddenly if it's too sharp, and then she's gonna really like slice my tongue off. At this point, I'm mostly distracted by the fact that I have a small mouth and it's really hard to stretch it wide, so I was losing feeling in my lip just from lack of blood because they were pulling my mouth so hard, and then my tongue was hurting where it was stabbed. There's a hole there. It's only about 3/4 of a centimeter wide though, so not too bad. It'll heal up fast. And I actually have a cut along my gum line from my retainer. Sometimes my mouth swells from allergies or I get a canker sore, and my mouth swells on the bottom very easily, and then when I wear my retainer at night it slices in and I don't notice till the next day, and then I can't wear my bottom retainer for a few days, so that's healing, and I didn't mention it. So I think she was a little confused at the end as to what she caused. But anyway, she only had a few more rounds of drilling after that. I didn't feel that pain anymore. And then they just went through all the steps that they do, filling it and shining weird lights and stuff. Lots of things in my mouth. At one point I like held up my camera because I just wanted to see what all the crap sticking out of my mouth is. I keep my eyes open the whole time. I like to know what's going on. It just makes me feel better. And lots of cotton in the mouth, and I saw one get pulled out and it was soaked in my blood. Not surprised at all. Like, you can look at me and I start to bleed. But then we finished and she ground it down, trying to get it comfy, not sharp. I felt a little gritty in my butt, so hopefully I don't have to go back and get that taken care of, but maybe I'll just get used to it. I don't know. Or maybe I need to floss again. But at the very end, she's like, so the floor of your mouth was a little raised, and I'm so sorry, but I cut you. I can give you Motrin for pain, or I can recommend just like a saltwater rinse for a few days. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, dude, no worries, doesn't hurt. I just didn't want her to feel bad. I don't know if she was thinking that gum cut was what it was, because there's probably just blood everywhere and she couldn't tell. But it's definitely, I have a hole in my tongue and the gum thing is almost healed. But yeah, then I was done. It was $108 if you're curious as to how much it cost. I do have dental insurance. I think they paid for part of it. My husband said that was a great price compared to his, but he does get like root canals and stuff, and I'm doing this preemptively to not have that down the road. So that was my experience. Mostly my heart feels kind of bad right now. It's getting better and better as the day goes on, but it feels like a really bad heart day. And my tongue is sore. Every now and then it starts to hurt a little more, and I suck on some ice chips, but I know that the mucous membranes in the mouth heal very fast, because I just constantly having allergy problems and chewing the insides of my mouth off and getting canker sores. So I am well aware with those mouth things and understood. So that was really long, but I updated you on the dentist, and hopefully I won't talk to you too long tonight so you don't get sick of me, but I'm gonna go join quiet time. Oh, friends, I forgot one thing, and I want to remember it because they were so sweet. When I was waiting to start, I guess the assistant was talking to somebody who was walking through the hall and paused, and she says to her, the person who was walking by, "Isn't her hair so beautiful?" I was just looking straight because I could kind of see in the reflection, so I wasn't facing her, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's so pretty." And then she also says, "And her makeup is so pretty, so beautiful, you should see it." And so I turned my head, and the lady comes up really close. She's like, "Oh, it's so beautiful. Is that brown eyeshadow? I love that it's brown," or eyeliner. And yeah, I do wear, it's kind of cried off a little bit. My makeup is not great today. I didn't spend a lot of time on my eyeliner. I knew I was probably going to cry a little bit of it off. But I've never had somebody say my makeup is beautiful, and I've never had anybody like look up all close and say, "Oh yeah, and it's brown eyeliner, not black." And I just wanted to remember that. They were so sweet. I don't know if they were just saying it to try and calm me down or if it was genuine, but it was so sweet. Thank you, ladies. Hey friends, it's bedtime. Got a little one brushing his teeth in there, looking super cool with Pokemon gear, and his toothbrush. Green light means brush. Oh, yellow means keep going, you're almost done. Get all the teeth. I talked to your dentist today. She can't wait to see you. I literally did.
Wait, when am I going?
I haven't scheduled it yet, but I told her we'd be doing it soon. Yeah, when I was paying, she was walking by and we caught up, and I let her know that I hadn't been there yet since the pandemic for the kids, but I just took care of my stuff, and hopefully get them there soon. It's hard because they're not vaccinated. She was so sweet. Like, "Oh, we keep everything clean, it's fine. We'll keep them safe." So yeah, no shame or guilt. Love her. She's so sweet. Anyway, I will keep you updated just from quiet time since I've already talked too much today. After quiet time, it was about 5, a little bit before 5, we went downstairs and I washed all the dishes. It's so annoying. My dishwashing skills they're on point. It's been a while. Like back in the day, I worked in a dog daycare, and our dishwasher was constantly too full with stainless steel dog bowls. So sorry, I just put that away and apparently didn't do a good job. So I got really good at cleaning dog food bowls, and those things get crusty fast. And then when Jax was little, my husband took a second job working in a brewery just because he was really into it. He ended up being the general manager for a long time. I still work for them doing their graphic design, but he ended up stepping away when Sebastian was born, so that he had more time with the kids. I had to constantly bring Jax to the brewery so that we'd see him, and then I'd end up, if their dishwasher broke, I would end up being the dishwasher. So I was having flashbacks when I was washing the beer glasses today. But yeah, lots of dishes, because who knows when we'll have a dishwasher again. And that's the whole saga I'm not repeating right now. And I'm sorry if there's flashing lights. I try to warn, but maybe I'll just stay a little back. There's a light bulb that's dying in there. After I finished the dishes, I did dinner. I cooked stir fry because when we were out on our quick walk, you saw us at Starbucks, but then we literally just walked back and forth in the shopping center because it was a little too sunny and hot. But I offered to stop into the grocery store there to get stir fry stuff because Walmart was out of it when I did our grocery order. And anyway, Giant has some egg rolls, vegetable egg rolls that Sebastian loves. So he said, yeah, I'd eat that. So we went in and got that during, like, after our walk. So that's what I cooked. I cook up some tofu first, put the egg rolls in the oven, stir fry the veggies in my wok. This kit actually was the same as we'd had been getting, except it came with noodles as well. So once the tofu was done, I added that to the veggies and warmed up the noodles in some oil, and then added the stir-fry sauce to the noodles and to the vegetables and tofu. And I also made some rice because the noodles didn't seem like a ton of noodles for 4 people, and that was the noodles from 2 different packs, and they were a little like crunchy. Like I didn't even really cook them, I just warmed them slightly. Hi. But anyway, it was good. And then as I was once again washing dishes afterwards, I realized I needed to use my, go ahead, do you want to use the phone? I'm almost done, then I'm going to change. I realized I needed to use my birthday reward at our local ice cream place, and it would pretty much need to be tonight or tomorrow night, because then it's Friday or Saturday night, which is just way too busy, and my husband will probably be busy. So yeah, we decided to do it today. So I took the Jeep and headed over to get ice cream. They always have vegan flavors, but never that many. They only had 2 tonight, chocolate or banana. I decided to be brave and I tried banana, and they're coconut based, so it's basically chocolate coconut or banana coconut. I'm not good at eating ice cream. I usually eat a couple tablespoons at a time, so I ate like part of the scoop and then let Jax finish it off. And then we came home. I made some coffee, which was lovely on my tongue that has a puncture. Poor tongue. I just don't want it to turn into a canker sore. A lot of times if I bite my cheek hard enough, that happens. So hopefully not. That would suck because that would take a lot longer to heal. But yeah, I sat with my coffee and I finished our family calendar for August. I've been doing Kirby calendars this year, I guess, since January. And I've add all these crazy holidays, like the silly ones that make no sense, like National Donut Day. And then I've been finding little Kirby pictures to put on each of those days because they really love when there's a picture. So finally finished that. I kind of pick away at it. I had some work edits off and on, but I think more is coming tomorrow. My client emailed this evening, is like, is there any chance that you would work on these tonight, or is it probably going to be tomorrow? Because I need to figure out if I should just go to sleep or if I should do some more work. And I'm like, it's probably going to be tomorrow. If I have work, then sometimes I can sneak a little bit in here and there, but I'm going to probably schedule it for tomorrow, mid-afternoon, same as before, right before quiet time. So that's our day. I think it's going to be cooler for a little stretch, which will be nice for our walks, but maybe a little too cloudy and cool tomorrow for the boat. We're just gonna have to see and feel what it's like in the morning. It often feels hotter than it says. But yeah, I'm gonna get this night of sleep. So good night, friends. I will see you tomorrow. Please stay safe, be kind, And don't forget,
Wash your hands.
wash your hands.
Okay.